Hello everybody, welcome to the video. So for those of you who are maybe new to the channel, first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for being a recent subscriber and coming across this page of vlogs and lifestyle and what I'm going to be talking about today, a little bit more of my coaching insight. So my name is Chewning. I am 32 years old. I am a 6-year active duty Army veteran. I was medically discharged, in fact, medically retired, which completely opened up my eyes to this world of personal training, exercise science, coaching as a whole, which is what I do now as my full-time job. I received my Bachelor of Science degree in exercise science from the Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond, Virginia. I have since gone on to even higher education to receive my Master's of Science in Health Promotion from American University right up the road here in DC. In my time in this field, I've gone through a few different certifications and credentialing, group fitness instructor, personal training. Actually, take it back. I have never been a certified personal trainer. I have done personal training. I've gone through a group fitness certification program. Most recently, I've gone through the TRX Certified Suspension Trainer program about 2 years ago, going on 3 years ago. And as of late, what I operate mostly under the title of Certified Health Coach, because I am an ACE Certified Health Coach since 2015, actually just re-certified, submitted all my continuing education, and I'm now good until 2019. So if you're watching this video, it's probably because you just really enjoy clickbait, or you're looking to hire a coach, or maybe you are one. Maybe you are just getting started in studying. Maybe you are signing up for a weekend program to become a personal trainer. Maybe you have no idea what you want to be when you grow up, but this whole field of in-person, as well as adding on and even segueing into its own entity, online coaching, has become something that is growing. It is a highly scrutinized profession, I think, as people become more transparent or less transparent due to their social media followings. People call them out, prices get thrown out at them, certifications, credentialing, experience, worth, value are just some really big keywords right now that I think I would love to address, as I feel that I bring a certain amount of experience and legitimacy to this topic. So I'm gonna lean on this wall for a little bit of support. My back's kind of bothering me. So I think nowadays, anyone who has a large social media following has a responsibility to that following to always be ethical. And it dances around some gray area because it is one way that a lot of people make money these days, whether it's through promotion, affiliations, or turning their feed into a program, a service, rather than a tangible product. And people, that is what this video is all about. This is explaining the difference between the value, perceived value of a product versus the perceived value of a service. I actually put up a post on my Twitter account this morning because this was kind of where this all stemmed from, was that some people are being called out, for lack of a better term, or maybe some people are just having their own private opinion, and it's exactly what you can do on Twitter and online. You can post up your opinions. It's just for that. You can say whatever you want, but you also have to recognize that you may get a response. And this really kind of struck a chord with me because I'm in the service industry. I make my money by not selling anyone one tangible thing. I make a living by connecting and working with others one-on-one as well as in a group environment. When they come to meet me, do they come ready to buy something and walk away with a tangible product? Absolutely not. But when they do come to meet with me, whether it's in person, whether we're doing a workout, whether we're doing a traditional coaching session, whether we're doing a nutritional guidance, exercise programming, an actual workout, a group workout, anything, all of the above, when they leave, they don't leave with anything new or shiny or a coffee cup or a t-shirt or anything that they can say, this is what I got for X amount of dollars. And that is one completely different industry. That is the product industry. You create a product, you find a need, you find a market, you fill that need, you supply that market with your product, you hope that you create a good product, you put a value on that product, you take into account what it costs you, your time, your money to make that actual thing, to market it, to promote it. All these things build your cost, build your perceived value of what you think others are gonna have value, perceived value in, and what they're gonna be willing to pay. That's completely different. I don't deal with that world. When it comes to service, what I think a lot of people discredit right off the bat, because they look at this thing, not even a real thing, this service, and a price tag. And there's a lot of shock value sometimes with that price tag. And what they are not honoring and what they're not giving credit to is the value, the obstacles, the successes, the trials, the tribulations, the education, the certifications, the experience as a whole that that person's bringing to the table. Now, I will caveat that, are there people out there that are unethical? Yes. Do they take advantage of a lot of people? Sure. I have no doubt that that happens, and it's very sad. And I really hope that you people, when going into a service, giving your money for a service, do your due diligence. Make sure you are financially able to do it. Make sure you see the long-term payoff. Make sure that you know the value that you're going to be walking away with. Talk to other people who've gone through the same program. Talk to people who know this person, who are maybe coaching you or giving you a seminar or a webinar or anything and everything, all the above. The value associated to a service is only as much as you are willing to pay for it. The value of a service is only worth as much as you are willing to pay for it. I'm gonna use myself for example, okay? I've gone through undergraduate, I've gone through graduate, I've gone through multiple certifications, I've gone through multiple seminars, online, in-person, continuing education. These things all cost an obscene amount of money. But you know what? I found value in it. I invested in it. Thankfully, due to my time in the military, my undergraduate was paid for. I walked away with zero debt in undergraduate. Now, master's program is completely different. I am tens of thousands of dollars, tens and tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars in debt for a 2-year stint in that program. Did I find that amount of financial value into what I got, that service? Because that's what it is. That's a service. You go to school, you go to a professor, you go to class, you listen to what they have to say because they're the expert, right? They wrote the book, maybe sometimes literally. They've done the field. They've been in the industry for 10, 20 years. You're learning from their experiences. You're learning from their insight. You're learning from someone who has already done what you want to do. Sometimes you learn what you don't want to do because you think it's appealing, you find more out about it, and you don't want to invest any more of your time with it. But you pay money for that, right? You pay money to go to school. You take out loans because you find value in that I invest in this service, this school, this webinar, this certification, because I know that it's going to be the long-term payoff that I need. Now, I looked up the quote. I'm probably going to butcher it right now, but the average cost per credit hour in the US for US colleges is just shy of $400. If you go full-time per semester, you're dropping over $7,000 in education in 4 months of your time. I can honestly tell you that not every class I went to was worth that amount of money and that amount of time. Would I prefer to take the same amount of money, maybe a fraction of that amount of money, invested in a one and done workshop, a 4-day seminar, a 4-day workshop, spend one-on-one time with a coach, a mentor, someone who is going to charge me for their years of insight, who is going to take their experience, their education, funnel it down into exactly what I need and what I want, and get clarity around maybe what I don't know what I want, to then take action. That's where coaching, that's where the service industry comes into line. And I think a lot of people get a bad rap because anyone these days can be an online coach. Anyone can just get shredded, do a meal prep, take pictures of it, grow an Instagram following, and all of a sudden they're a coach. But you know what? There are a few people who can do that, and they actually know what the hell they're talking about. They've created side businesses. They've become an entrepreneur. They have invested time, money, resources into growing something that they heavily believe in because they know it helps them, and in the same turn helps majority of the people who follow them. Because let's be honest, most people, you're not going to follow someone else unless you see a little bit of yourself in them, or at least where you want to go, who you want to be, who you want to be like. Coaching services, I think, are a very gray area, and I implore each and every one of you, before you give anyone a dime of your money, do your research on them and yourself. Don't commit your time, your money to someone and waste your time, your money, and their time as well. The reason why so many people have these high-end price tags, and full transparency, myself included, I'm about to level up my personal private coaching to a price tag that the more and more I talk to other people who are doing similar things, and even working with my coach. Yeah, I'm a coach myself, and I have a business mentor, a coach for everything basically. And she respectfully laughed at my prices. This is someone who has had multiple businesses. She's been doing this for decades, and she knows my value and what I bring to the table. My education, my story, my branding, and I'm significantly undervaluing what I'm bringing to the table because of my own limiting beliefs that I'm not good enough, that I won't be able to follow through, that what I deliver to these people is gonna fall short and they're not gonna be satisfied. And even that I don't even think that I'm that good. But you know what? I've been doing this. I've been a coach, a trainer in the health, wellness, fitness industry almost a decade. I am bringing a lot to the table. I'm sure a lot of you are too. Take note of your worth. Do your research, figure out what other people in your surrounding area are charging for similar services, and then figure out your exact avatar, your exact client, and then create a program, create a service, a series, a workshop for them, for that one person. And that's how you know when you create that program, when you create that service, that you will be valued. Because you know exactly what you needed and what you wanted and what you were looking for and what you were willing to pay. Those people are also out there. And for everyone who maybe disagrees with this video, and I honestly feel this has just been a big rant, I hope I've been giving some clarity around my personal opinion on product versus service. It's just, you have to just know what you're willing to pay, what you're willing to invest, time, financially, energy, all of the above, because nothing is worth anything unless you find value in it. And if it's too much for you right now, then it's too much for you right now. But sometimes I've come back to products and services that haven't gone down in price. In fact, some of them have even gone up because I wasn't ready at that time in my life. I wasn't mentally aware of what it took to have that mindset shift, to make that a commitment, to make that push to have external accountability, to help me get clarity around all of my bullshit and the lies that I was telling myself, whether it's I'm trying to lose weight, bulk up, get clarity around my business, anything. There's a coach, there's a mentor, there's a free service, an online program. I promise you, you can get a lot out of free, but until you're ready, willing, and able to make that financial, energy, time commitment, you're not really gonna take action. And that, I think, is the main takeaway that I want you all to get, is that where I find value in being a coach for others and having a coach myself is that it helps me stay accountable in a way that I cannot provide for myself. It helps me set specific goals, and it helps have this objective view in my life from someone who can just divide all the bullshit. And they're not in my head. I'm in my head, and I'm gonna say yes or no when I should be saying no or yes, you know? And you need that objective spin. And if you can have that person in your life, whether it's a friend, a spouse, significant other, whatever, for free, that's amazing. That is so invaluable. But we're not all there. Some of us need that push, that nudge. Some of us need to invest. And I say invest not loosely, because it is an investment. When you buy a t-shirt, when you buy a coffee mug from your favorite coffee house or store or whatever, is it really worth that amount of money? Are you gonna have that for the rest of your life? Maybe. How many times do you go through your closet every year and throw out clothes that you no longer like or fit, or you find a value anymore? You're literally throwing money away. How many times have you learned an incredible lesson, or worked with someone, or spoke with someone, or saw someone doing something that you wanted to do, and instilled in you this feeling, this deep-rooted feeling that helped you take action? That made you see past the lies you were telling yourself, that made you fully understand your worth, your value, and gave you clarity about what the hell it is you wanted to do with your life. God, I feel like I could literally just, this is going on like 18 minutes, I'm sorry, but why I find value in being a coach and having a coach is that it helps call me out on my bullshit. It helps set realistic, specific, attainable, timely goals. It's just, it is worth it to me, and I will pay the hundreds and thousands of dollars because it comes back to me tenfold. Almost, I'm not quite there, but it comes back to me over time. It helps me take the next step, which shows me the next step, which shows me the next step, which is how I'm in a position now where I've grown my own private coaching business, I've grown my podcast, I've grown all my side hustles, that they are now my main hustle. And that is exactly what I wanted. And I would not have gotten there had it not been for working with this coach. Maybe eventually, yeah, but I was tired of waiting. I wanted to jump on my worth and this momentum that I had and this passion, and she helped me get there. And I implore all of you to do the same. If you feel like working with a coach is gonna help you get to that next level in your job, your relationship, in the gym, whatever, do your research, find someone who is credible, and even look for people who are calling them out. I would also implore you all, for all these people that are calling out other online coaches or any service industry, look for the people that are not happy. Look for the people that aren't getting their money's worth. Look for the people that are demanding refunds, because it's 2017, people. I don't care how many times you block someone. If someone's scamming someone, they're gonna be known and they're gonna be called out real fast. And I don't really know personally a lot of people who are being called out as scammers, as fake online coaches that are not delivering. When it comes to product industry, when it comes to service industry, they're two completely different things. And I think that's where a lot of people these days are just getting caught up in the hype and flexing their web muscles a little bit and talking about people being scam artists. The product industry at least has a 200% markup. The jewelry industry has like a 500% markup. Is that ethical? Is that right? Is that fair? But no, you know, people invest their time, their energy, their money into growing a product, delivering it to the market in a way that they think is going to be well received and people are going to pay for. And it's just different because it's a tangible thing. People can touch it, they can feel it, and it's going to be a fleeting moment of satisfaction. Sure, maybe you can carry this coffee mug for a decade, maybe you can have this t-shirt for a couple years, but you know what? You're gonna wear through it, you're gonna bang your coffee mug, you're gonna lose your keychain, all of these things. And to me, it's money worth spending on something that I am gonna be able to take with me for the rest of my life, or at least is gonna help me take action on something that I want to do right now that is going to better my life, that is going to instill a greater sense of values, that is going to give me a service, an idea, clarity that is going to empower and better my life. I mean, no disrespect to anyone. I think anyone doing anything with their life, especially in the entrepreneurial world, is amazing. If you can, I wish you the best. If you can pull it off, it's hard, trust me. I've been doing this for a long time, and just now I think I'm at the point where I'm making it. But do your homework, people, on anything that you buy, anything you put into your body, or read, or watch, or listen to, or wear, all the above. Do your research. Because if there's a negative person out there, they're gonna be out there, you're gonna find them. Again, I am a certified health coach. I have a degree, I have 2 degrees in it. I've been doing this for a long time. I think I bring a lot to the table, and I believe in my worth, and I believe in my value, and I have years of clients who would definitely back me up because they are in a much better position in their life now than where they were before working with me. I'm not a miracle worker. I don't have the answer, the secret sauce for everybody's problems or diet questions or workout tips, but I do provide that accountability. I do provide that insight. I do provide that objective view, me and every other coach, that a lot of us just don't have. That's all I have to say. I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel. Thank you for going through this little rant with me. If you are also a coach, in-person trainer, online coach, whatever, I would love your feedback. I've recently also started a community for my private coaching business, Everforward Coach. We have an app, we have a Facebook community, you can go check us out. And I want to network, I want to meet as many people going through similar obstacles as me, trying to get their feet wet into the world of training and online coaching, health and wellness and all the above. And I would also love to learn from people maybe who have had bad experiences, because I want to make sure that I'm not referring people or sending people to people who have room to grow and maybe aren't quite offering the best value or the most ethical service right now. But if I talk to them, if they're in my network, if they're in my circle, is because I believe in them and I trust them and I value them and what they do and the products and services that they provide. And I will never endorse or collab or work with anybody otherwise, okay? So that's a wrap. Thank you guys very much. Yeah, and again, if you're a coach, if you're a trainer, if you're calling bullshit on me, I would love to talk to you. comment down below, like the video, share it out. Yeah, thank you so much.